The reason is because that's not the show that we're doing. That's why that happened to you.
Right, but the correct answer was 400. Nobody will ever know.
You ruined a good bit. It was a good bit. It was a good start, and you ruined it.
What? Well, because the low-hanging fruit part you ruined. Because I had a joke after that wouldn't have been good. It would not have worked. It would not have worked out for either one of us. It's amazing we're friends.
It's just you. You have no idea how quickly I'll throw you under the bus. You really don't get it.
No, I do.
Okay.
But it's amazing we're friends.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome to We'll Fix It in Post, Old Ass Movie Reviews. I'm Joe Sonnenblick.
I'm Don Vega.
And he's feigning anger now. He wasn't angry 10 seconds ago.
No,
and now he's angry.
It was a text message.
Oh.
Yeah, I was annoyed by a text message.
Oh, it was. Yeah. I make the money.
Anywho, we're back for our second holiday movie of the month. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
We did 29th Street, directed by
George Gallo, who did Trapped in Paradise, which we're probably not going to review because we don't have time. But Trapped in Paradise is the one I told you about with John Lovitz, Dana Carvey, and Nicolas Cage. Excellent, funny film. And he did these back to back. I think it was 91 and 94. 29th Street being 91, and Trapped in Paradise being 94. If you haven't seen Trapped in Paradise, it's a deep cut Christmas movie, and it's so good. It's those three guys really at the height of their powers. And when Dana Carvey and John Lovitz are improvising with each other, oh my God, is it so funny. So the synopsis of 29th Street. Frank's been lucky from the day he was born, so why is he throwing rocks at a church after winning $6.2 million in the 1976 lottery? He tells his story at the police station, which isn't really a synopsis. That's not a synopsis. That's a fortune cookie. That's not a synopsis. And have you been reading fortune cookies recently?
No, I don't eat Chinese food. It's not good for you.
I have seen you eat like 8 honey buns from a bodega with champagne cola. I've seen it. What are you talking about?
That wasn't Chinese, was it?
You really don't eat Chinese food? Like a chicken and broccoli? Chicken and broccoli is not unhealthy for you.
The only thing I've ever eaten Chinese food is...
Watch it be the most unhealthy thing you could eat at Chinese food spots. Watch this.
General Tso's.
That is it.
Yeah.
It's fried chicken with sticky on it. I don't even know what the sticky is. It's just fried and sticky. Okay, so Frank Pesh is Danny Aiello.
Whoa.
What? We could do we'll do your 1991 after.
No, we switched it up last time, remember? That's what we're doing now.
I don't remember anything.
We do it now. I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay. Oh, this one's nice. Major events. So there's some major events of 1991.
Yeah.
Starting with January 1st. No. Hubble
New Year's Day.
The Hubble telescope launch. The airlift of Ethiopian Jews to Israel. Failed Kremlin coup. Rajiv Gandhi killed.
Assassinated, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, killed, assassinated.
Well, no, because he held power. It makes it assassinated.
Did he have to be killed to be assassinated?
I mean, you could talk about it however you want to talk about it, but it's still you got to say assassin.
Oh, okay. Semantics, huh? Okay.
I like
Cambodia,
semantics.
civil war ends. Free elections in Taiwan. Eritrea is independent. The U.S. announces massive nuclear cutback. USSR comes to a formal end. In sports, Chicago Bulls against the LA Lakers 4-1. Bulls. I don't care. I don't care. Super Bowl 25. Who won the Super Bowl 25?
1991?
1991.
It's not the Giants.
It is the Giants.
Oh, it's the Giants. Okay. And you don't care that was that the year that the Blue Jays won the World Series or the Minnesota Twins?
It's not even up there.
Wow.
Which is strange. That's why I'm looking. I'm like, there's no baseball here. That's weird. The Penguins won the Stanley Cup.
First year, I think Yager's rookie year.
I don't know who that is. I don't care. Heisman Trophy was Desmond Howard.
Yeah, he did the pose. That's where the pose came from.
Cool. NCAA football. Miami, Florida, and Washington.
Yeah, Miami won.
Yeah.
That was the U. That was Deion Sanders, Michael Irvin, I believe.
What are you doing? Blow over there?
Yeah.
Why don't you relax?
Why don't you relax?
Popular music, 1991.
Nirvana.
Not even on this list.
That's crazy because that was 1991, but that's okay.
Yeah. Justify My Love, Madonna. Love Will Never Do, Janet Jackson. The First Time, Surface. Gonna Make You Sweat, CC Music Factory.
Okay, wait a minute. How popular? Wait. I don't know.
Yeah. All the Man I Need by Whitney Houston. Someday by Mariah Carey. One More Try by Timmy T. Coming Out of the Dark, Gloria Estefan. I've Been Thinking About You, London Beat.
Who? What?
I don't know. London, You're in Love, Wilson Phillips. Okay.
It's awful.
This list has gotten...
This list is awful.
Not helpful.
It's not funny. It's not interesting. It's bad.
Okay. Was Nirvana that year? Are you sure about that?
Nevermind came out in 91.
This is a Billboard Top 100 Songs of 1991. Who do you think was on top?
Michael didn't have anything that year, did he?
I don't know if I know.
I mean, I don't... What do you mean you don't know? You got it in front of your face!
I don't see him. He's not in the top 30, I can tell you that.
1991. Somebody... Do they suck?
Probably. I know the song.
Pearl Jam?
No.
1991.
Bryan Adams. Everything I do it for you.
Yeah, that sucks, yes. Very, very much. Big suck.
Number 2, I Want to Sex You Up, Color Me Bad.
Another...
Excellent.
I don't know. That song's not great. They're good. That song...
I want to sex you up.
But I like Color Me Bad. I just don't like that song.
Whatever. Gonna Make You Sweat, Everybody Dance Now, CC Music Factory.
That song's only played at weddings now.
Yeah, it's kind of a joke song. Rush Rush, Paula Abdul, One More Try, Timmy T, Unbelievable, EMF, More Than Words, Extreme, I Like the Way, High Five, The First Time Surface, Baby.
Another
Baby,
wedding song.
Motown Philly, Boys and Men, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Because I Love You, Stevie B.
A lot of one-hit, like, R&B wonders, huh?
Yeah. Someday, Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
High Enough, Damn Yankees.
Oh, that's so bad. Damn Yankees.
From a Distance, Bette Midler. All the Man I Need, Whitney Houston, Right Here, Right Now. Jesus Jones. Well, Jesus Jones, I guess.
I think it was Jesus Jones. I know Jesus Jones.
Jesus Jones. I Adore Me More, Color Me Bad.
That's a good song.
Love Will Never Do Without You, Janet Jackson. Good Vibrations, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Wow. That guy, let me tell you, that guy can't rap, he can't act, he can't do nothing.
He's had a pretty long career.
That doesn't make him good.
My Love, Madonna. Emotions, Mariah Carey.
Emotions is a good song.
A lot of Mariah Carey.
Well, yeah, she's...
Then you got Losing My Religion, REM, 33.
Oof. Hate REM.
Boop, bop, bop, bop. Lenny Kravitz, It Ain't Over Till It's Over.
Don't like him either. Don't get it.
Summertime, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
You know, it slaps.
I'm just looking at names that I know at this point.
That was a good joke. I don't care. That was a good joke.
Nope. Michael Bolton, Love is a Wonderful Thing. Then you got Luther Vandross is up there. Power of Love, Love Power. Not a lot of hip hop, huh?
What? I mean, like Public Enemy, right?
LL Cool J, Around the Way Girl,
Never liked LL
64.
Cool J. Never got it. I
Hmm.
think it was a little
Vanilla
bit.
Ice. Vanilla Ice. There you go.
Ice
Play
Ice
that fucking
Baby.
music. No,
Oh
play that
wow!
fucking
So
music.
Ice Ice Baby had to be before.
Hmm.
Had to be 90 then.
Prince and the New Power Generation, 66. Heavy D and the Boys, Now That We Found Love. Excellent.
It's okay.
You're fucking pissing me off.
Okay.
Crazy by Seal. I'll Give All My Love to You, Keith Sweat.
That's a good song.
Yeah. Something to Believe in, Poison.
Horrible. Still a
Round
lot of
and
hair
Round.
metal.
Round
Still a lot
and
of hair
Round.
metal
Yeah,
here.
still there. Round and Round, Tevin Campbell. You know who Tevin Campbell is?
I know who Tevin Campbell is, yes.
Okay. I'm on a different page, so I can't see your face. I feel like you're lying.
I do know who Tevin Campbell is.
Okay. All This Time, Sting.
Hate Sting.
OPP, Naughty by Nature.
It's okay. I like Naughty by Nature. I just don't like that. That's like one of their worst songs.
It's really not. I saw, Freedom 90 by George Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Do You Want Me, Salt and Pepper.
I love Salt and Pepper.
Night in 88. That's 98. The Motown song, 99. By Rod Stewart.
Wait, what is this still 1991?
Yep.
Okay.
Shiny Happy People is the 100th song by R.E.M.
Don't get R.E.M. Never did. Never understood it.
I only like the one song.
What, Losing My Religion?
Yeah. And even that, nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about. And they're like, it's a secret.
Just don't get it. Just never liked it.
All right. Movies, 1991.
Yeah.
Ooh. Let's see where this one lands. Where would you think 29th? We did 29th Street. Where do you think that lands on the list?
3,081. I don't know. 205?
Still scrolling.
Yeah, it's going to be low.
Okay, found it. Huh. I don't think that's as terrible as I thought it would be.
Go ahead.
So out of 200 movies, I haven't had my coffee yet, guys. And Joe's voice bores me, so I yawn.
You've been talking.
Shut up, you.
I'm on my 5th cup of coffee.
29th Street. What number would you guess it is? Out of 200?
Out of 200?
Yep.
113.
Nope. 163.
Okay, so that's bad.
163. It made $2,120,564.
Well, you know what? That's probably like $7 million.
It was this not. It was released on. It's not, dog. The inflation is not that fucking crazy.
Let's see.
Triple? What are you, insane?
Let's see.
It's not. It was released on November 1st by 20th Century Fox. Yeah, so cool. What else we got here? Let's go. Let's see who's
all right. $5 million.
Mm-hmm. So a little bit more than double, not triple.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the worst grossing movie of 1991 was a movie called True Colors. Familiar with it?
No.
True Colors, best friends from law school to election night. Their friendship is sorely tested when one learns of another's betrayal.
That's
featuring
horrible.
John Cusack and James Spader. I kind of want to watch that.
Probably a lot of cocaine running around that movie.
I think this movie made $418,807. It was released in 9 theaters. So that's not bad for 9 theaters.
I guess not.
No, I'm not mad at that.
1991. Okay, I got to think of what number 1 could be.
1991. There was a movie called Whore. It was 186 most grossing movie.
Yeah.
A night in the life of a cynical prostitute forms the basis of Ken Russell's portrait of the world's oldest profession.
Oh, Ken Russell's great. I like Ken Russell. I don't know that one.
Interesting. I can't wait for us to do, like, I think this is what we should do. We should pick a couple years out of a hat, and then we'll look up the year and we'll watch the absolute worst movie of that year.
That works for me.
I think that makes sense. Or the least grossing, because it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even necessarily mean it'll be the. So we'll do a Google of what the worst movie of that year was, opinion based, and then we'll do this cross search to see what the lowest grossing was. Because if it's the worst movie of the year, but it came in at fucking like 12, it's not the worst movie of the year.
I agree with that. We should do that in a month that sucks, like March or April.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we got to think about January and February as Oscar films. Because the Oscars...
February is black film.
Well, you could do black Oscar films.
It's like 4.
That were nominated? No, there's not.
Oh, I thought you meant like winning.
No, it doesn't have to. Movies that won the Oscar in the last, 40 years generally suck. But
40 years, Jesus Christ, it's like all the movies do. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go.
What's number 1?
What is number 1?
1991. What year was Hook? Hook's got to be up there if it's not.
I think that was 92. I feel like we 92? Saw that the other day.
1991. Goodfellas was 90.
What was the most popular toy of 1991?
I don't know. It's 3. Not Cabbage Patch, right? No.
Wrong.
Batman?
Top toys of Christmas in 1991. I'm gonna start doing this too.
Okay. 1991. I don't know. Top toy. Nothing with wrestling.
It's up there.
There's a wrestling movie?
It's not number 1. No, we said top toys with wrestling. No, wasn't a clue. That's a totally different question.
Okay.
Because I clicked on something.
That's all it takes. 1991. Not Star Wars.
Movie? Are we back to movies?
Yeah.
No, there was no Star Wars in 1991, you dickhead.
Is it superhero stuff?
Not exactly.
What?
But it is action.
Not the Terminator, because that was...
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day? Good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Yeah.
That's okay. You know what? That might be the first year where the number 1 movie we've done is a pretty decent movie.
Yeah. Number 2, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Not a decent movie.
That is with Kevin Costner.
So bad.
Whoa.
That's so bad.
He was a draw. Home Alone, number 3.
It's okay.
Silence of the Lambs, number 4.
Amazing.
City Slickers, number 5.
It's okay.
Dances with Wolves, number 6.
Awful.
Sleeping with the Enemy. How come we didn't do Dancing with Wolves? What's that about?
That's Kevin Costner, Civil War, 3 hours and 25 minutes.
3 hours and 1 minute.
Yeah, it's too long. And it's too bad.
Oof. Sleeping with the Enemy, number 7.
I don't know if I ever saw that.
Sleeping with the Enemy. A young woman fakes her own death in an attempt to escape her nightmarish marriage, but discovers it is impossible to elude her betrothed husband. Oh.
Great. Fantastic.
What is that, Julia Roberts? Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, pass. Remember what I said? People liked my door hinge comment. I got messages about the door hinge comment that people agree. She's not attractive. Good actress, though.
I never argued that she was, man. The Addams Family, number 8.
Nah,
that's good stuff.
No, it's not. It's really not.
It's good stuff.
It's not good stuff.
The Naked Gun 2.5.
I don't like those movies.
And number 10, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 2, The Secret of the Ooze.
I only saw the first one. I didn't really care.
I loved all those movies. I watched them a lot when I was a kid.
They're turtles.
You're a fucking turtle. I
don't want to be in that movie.
So Hook was in 1991. That was number 14.
It's okay.
Hook made its opening weekend. It made $13,522,535 on a budget of $70 million. Its total gross for that year was that must have just been opening day because this is a different number here. It made $119,654,000.
How much did Terminator 2 make? Got to be like $450 million, right?
No, $204,843,345.
Okay, so that's like a $500 million movie now.
Right. Yeah, more or less. Okay, let's see what else little things we got in here, little nuggets. The Godfather Part 3.
Awful. One of the worst ever.
Everybody loves it.
No, they don't.
Kindergarten Cop was 1991.
Hell of a film.
Yeah.
It was.
What's this? Number 15 was What About Bob?
Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss. Very funny comedy.
Huh. It sounds familiar.
He plays like a
successful psychotherapist loses his mind after one of his most dependent patients, an obsessive compulsive neurotic, tracks him down during his family vacation.
Very funny.
Yikes.
Well, it's not. It's just funny. It's weird.
Boys in the Hood, number 19.
Very good film.
Cape Fear, 18.
One of the great remakes of all time. Scorsese, De Niro, Nick Nolte. Fantastic.
We got Beauty and the Beast came out that year.
Not for me.
New Jack City.
Nino Brown.
The Rocketeer.
One of the so bad. I had a little Rocketeer toy that somebody gave me thinking I liked that movie. I was like, it's so bad.
I watched it a lot. It's not good. I tried watching it again the other day.
It's really bad.
Not good. Number 20, Doc Hollywood.
Michael J. Fox, at the height of his power too. It's okay.
Number 25, and jumping around obviously. 21, Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country.
Look at that.
Thelma and Louise was 25. 26, Point Break.
Point Break's very good. I don't care what anybody says.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Number 33, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Don't get it.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything other? I noticed Jungle Fever, number 43.
Not his best. It's okay. Not his best though.
Father of the Bride, 49.
Don't like it.
You don't like Steve Martin?
No, I like Steve Martin. I don't like that film.
L.A. Story, 47.
L.A. Story. Is that also Steve Martin?
Yeah. Also Steve Martin.
I don't know if I saw that.
Edward Scissorhands.
It's okay.
Double Impact.
Double Impact is Jean-Claude Van Damme, right?
Yep. When he plays himself. Twin brothers.
Yeah.
Can't get better than that, baby.
No.
Fuck yeah. The Last Boy Scout, 42.
Arnold or Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans. Weird.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that.
We got Oscar. You know Oscar?
Oscar.
Don't know Oscar?
No, I don't know if I know
Oscar. Actually, I do like this movie. This Oscar was Sylvester Stallone.
No, I don't think I saw that.
It is. It was his attempt at like comedy.
Well, I thought his attempt at comedy came a year earlier with "Stop or My Mom Will Shoot." Do you remember that? With him and Estelle Getty.
Yeah.
That did not work out.
This was another attempt at comedy.
Yeah.
This one didn't really work out either.
What a shock!
What did I say? It was 59. It made $23,562,000.
You know what? It probably worked out.
I didn't hate it. I've seen it a couple times. Lionheart, another Van Damme movie.
Is that where he's in the desert?
Let's see. What is that?
Is that the one where he's in the desert?
Ex-French soldiers begins participating in underground street fights in order to make money for his brother's family.
He starts in the desert and then becomes that.
Okay. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Okay.
That was 53. What's this? This sounds familiar. Oh, The Hard Way. Another Michael J. Fox and James Wood movie.
He was really all over the place in the early 90s, late 80s, J. Fox.
Misery was that year.
It's okay.
Yeah. Look Who's Talking 2.
It's enough for that shit.
Yeah. House Party 2.
They didn't need another party. They really didn't need another party.
See, you might remember this one. This was 91? How? Is it? Oh, this is not what I thought it was. Toy Soldiers.
Yeah, that was with
Dude from the movie. Jacob's Ladder, he was in it.
Yeah, Tim Robbins.
Yeah, Tim Robbins.
Somebody else.
I thought this was
the 1998 Toy Soldiers.
I was like, how was that 1991? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Not the same. Child's Play 3. Highlander 2.
I didn't see any of the Highlander stuff. I don't care about that.
An American Tale, Fievel Goes West.
Okay.
That was good stuff.
Was it good stuff?
It was. I loved it. I watched it many, many times. Ernest Scared Stupid, 95.
That is one of the better ones.
Mm.
One of the better Ernests.
Drop Dead Fred.
It's okay.
Who the fuck is that? Who's in this? I'm trying to see if there's one that you wouldn't know.
Well, I didn't know the last two. Whore and
A Rage in Harlem.
Is that Louis Gossett Jr.? Tell me he's in that.
The picture is so small.
Small picture.
I don't fucking know, bro.
Okay, great.
Anyway, that is.
That's what came out in 1991.
That's a few of them.
That's a lot of them.
It's
those are words.
Fink. You know what Barton Fink is?
Barton Fink is one of the best films ever made. The Coen brothers, John
Oh,
Turturro.
that guy. Yeah. I started it. I didn't finish it.
Oh, it's so good, Don.
Yeah.
Barton Fink.
John Turturro is amazing. Yeah.
That would be really my number one. And John Goodman in that film. Oh my lord.
We got another mobster movie here. Didn't do well. Well, it did all right, I guess. I don't know. Goodfellas came out.
No, it didn't.
91.
Came out in 90. It was just left over.
Oh, well, they made some money in 91. So.
Yeah. It Goodfellas was top 2 or 3, I think, in 90.
It was from September 1990 to June 91.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot. Once you get down to you know what? Maybe that makes a difference to some of these other movies as to why.
I never heard of whore.
Whore.
Yeah. No, Goodfellas.
That came out October 4th, 1991.
Yeah, Goodfellas was in theaters for a while.
Beastmaster 2, Through the Portal of Time.
Wow, bestiality.
I like the Beastmaster movies.
I'm sure you do.
They're terrible now.
I'm sure you love it.
And what did I say? True Colors? True Colors? Nope, that was also 91. That was not something that came out in 90 and just kept making money. No. Anywho,
all right.
That's 91.
What else you got there?
Go fuck yourself.
Okay. Yeah. So we did the synopsis. Director's George Gallo.
Toys. Sorry. What was the number one toy of 1991? Do you know?
1991. I was 3. I don't know. Wrestle Buddy has to be up there, right?
It's up there. Wrestle Buddy is there. WWF Wrestling Buddies is up there.
1991. Nerf? Something with Nerf?
No. Super Nintendo.
I don't consider that a toy.
It's a thing. It's a toy. You play with it. It's a toy.
It's not a toy.
Electronic.
It's not a toy. That's not a toy.
Technodrome was also number 1.
Super Nintendo is number 2. I think we talked about this. PlayStation 2 is the greatest video game system ever. Super Nintendo is number 2. There's no debate.
My Pal 2. This looks like a robot or something.
I had a My Pal.
That looks weird. Swamp Thing action figures. That was a thing.
Didn't really like Swamp Thing that much.
Yeah. Well.
What else?
Let's see. Crimp and Curl Cabbage Patch. So yeah.
I didn't have that.
You had that. The Technodrome was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing.
I didn't have that.
Swamp Thing.
Is that it?
My Pal.
Is that it?
Pirates of Dark Water playset.
All right, the movie. Danny Aiello plays Frank Pesh. Frank Pesh Jr. is Anthony LaPaglia. Vito Pesh is played by the actual Frank Pesh. Mrs. Pesh is played by the always great Lanie Kazan. Louis Tucci is Vic Manny. Tartaglia, the captain, the cop, is Robert Forster. Chick Fortunato is played by the late, great Tony Sirico of Sopranos fame. And Needle Nose Nipton is played by the great Paul Lazar.
The Sopranos, though, you talking about Paulie Walnuts?
Paulie Walnuts, yeah.
Yeah.
So trivia, very little for this film. The real Frank Pesh plays his own brother, Vito Pesh.
Yep.
Danny Aiello was sick during the scene where he was telling Anthony LaPaglia where he's not a loser, which is unbelievable to think about. He had 103 fever, and he did that.
Yikes.
Frank Pesh, Vic Manny, and Paul Lazar all appeared in Trapped in Paradise in 1994. And that's all the trivia there was on this film.
Wrong.
What do you got?
Do you know where the main character who plays Frank Pesh is from?
What do you mean? Danny Aiello?
No, the guy. What's the other kid's name? The junior, whatever.
Anthony Paglia?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been in everything.
Where's he from?
Where's he from?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like where he grew up?
Yeah.
Was he from Williamsburg?
No. He's Australian.
Okay. What do you want me to do with that information?
That was good stuff. You didn't know. You didn't know.
Why would I care?
Because he's got a good accent for an Australian dude. It's pretty good.
I didn't even think to look it up. That's true. Let me really just see if he's actually Australian. Let me look.
He's from Australia.
He's from Australia. He's from. He was born in Adelaide. He's very good. That's very good. Very good.
Fuck me for doing research.
What research? One thing.
What research?
Yeah, right. Okay, I gotta say,
you got 32 minutes in.
I know it's miserable how you drag us out like a dead body. So pan of the city skyline, total 90s open. I have to say, the beginning of this film is very clanky. Did you feel that way? It felt very clanky, right?
Yeah.
Anthony LaPaglia voiceover about not wanting to win the lottery. The first lottery was actually held like this. That's amazing. Isn't that wild that they invited people to the garden to sit there and if your name gets called?
And now you're all losers. Except for this one guy.
Joe Franklin, who announces the name on stage, he was an agent to the stars. He was Danny Aiello's agent. He was a few other guys' agent in Hollywood. And he had a show, the Joe Franklin Show, for a long time.
I remember him.
A lot of New York extras in the opening lotto scene, like people I recognize from other films. Like, straight up, I can't tell you from what, but I'm like, oh man, you've been in other things. You've been in other things. Real heavy New York character actor film. Real heavy.
Yeah.
Frank wins, upset, throwing snowballs at the church. I'm Catholic. I could do whatever the hell I want when the cops stop him. Don't you belong somewhere is a great line that the cops say to him. And Frank has been lucky since his mother went into labor at the bingo parlor. That's a very New York thing there. What are you doing?
Research.
Doing? Yeah?
And I have notes, you dick.
Now look at all those notes. I can't help but smile whenever I see Danny Aiello, one of the true New York acting treasures. It's just always a good performance. You never get a bad Danny Aiello. You never go, oh, Danny Aiello was terrible in that. No. And while they were shooting this, they shot a lot of this in Williamsburg, too. My mother met him at a restaurant called Creashy's on Lama Street and said he was one of the nicest men you could ever meet. Really love.
And also, he's your father.
I hope so. Where's the money, Danny?
But he's dead, so,
Where are you? As a kid, he sees the ticker wants his name up there, explains you got to be big to do something big. Danny Aiello wants him to be straight after seeing Louis Tucci the first time. Straight is in, don't be a gangster. Explains he's got to do.
Also, don't be a queer.
I mean, it also goes.
There was also that.
It also goes without saying,
they didn't care for that back then.
Donnie.
Yeah, it was a different time.
Yeah, they didn't care. I mean, some people don't care for it now, apparently. So
yeah,
you got to deal with that. Explains he's got to do what he's got to do hanging around Tucci. You spend time with him because you don't want to spend time with him. What a great set of lines this is.
It was confusing.
You were confused by that, huh? No. God left it here for us, referring to the camera. Vito becomes a cop. The dichotomy of Vito and Frank Jr. and in his friends, super hyper 90s scene. And the close-ups were so good. I really like those close-ups. Danny Aiello is a real hard-nosed working man. The future isn't out of space. I could become the first Italian on the moon. That's also funny.
You're really zooming through this, huh?
Yeah, it's not a long movie.
This guy is playing 18 years old, really?
I mean, it was. Look,
God, damn, guys, everybody on this table is 48.
The casting of this is a real suspension of disbelief sort of thing. You have to really suspend your disbelief. Because if you're telling me that Lanie Kazan is like 25 years younger than Danny Aiello, and Frank Pesh, the real Frank Pesh, is supposed to be anything under 40, it's a little tough.
It's insane.
It's a little tough.
You're fucking insane if you think that I'm supposed to sit there and believe that.
But I guess now we're more critical. We're much more. Then you could just get away with it. I feel like.
I think they were critical then. It was 163rd on the list.
Well, bro,
I think some people were a little critical. Like,
bro, if you watch Goodfellas, De Niro's supposed to be playing like 30, and Joe Pesci's supposed to be playing even younger than that. So it's how you view it. It's how good the film is too. Like the one place where it always got me in film is more recent. The Irishman, making De Niro. That was, come on, bro. That was weird. And I like the movie. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I like the movie, but you trying to tell me that De Niro's fucking like 9 years old in this? Like, what are you doing? And you put a big hat on him.
He's fucking walking around like an 83-year-old man.
And the way he like beats up the guy in the street looks like Biden going up the stairs.
Yeah, you know,
come on,
Stockholm and shit is ridiculous.
Come on, it was
to go back a little bit to the beginning actually because you flew through it.
I'm sorry.
I like, wait a minute, what part of the book? We're at the end.
4.888.
It's he said I'm Catholic, I could do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, what's the first line in the movie, Don?
That's interesting. I said, yeah, they let the manic guy out the cuffs, no problem, no big deal.
There were a lot of
episode, and they're like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, there was a lot of like that would never happen. Probably. I mean, I guess you did know the guy. Back then in the neighborhood, you know, people. I remember in Williamsburg, there were a couple of guys that got arrested, and they just drove them around the block and just let them out on the other side of the fucking block.
Yeah, of course. They said, the guy goes, "Tell me a story. You're going to jail."
Yeah,
tell me, and it better be a good one.
Yeah. You know what? It's very clear that George Gallo doesn't know how to write cops. Because
never interacted with cops.
Robert Forrester is also not great in this.
Mm-hmm. But he's barely there, so who cares?
That's true. But he's pretty big billing. He's like 6th on the bill, the 7th on the bill, and you know it's a large departure from his turns in like Jackie Brown and The Descendants, where he's really, really.
Well, he came to this movie to do a favor. Obviously, he wasn't, he didn't really give that much of a shit. He sat down for 30 minutes out of his day and got a check.
Yeah, I liked the priest. Priest was good.
Yeah,
He was good.
Yeah, I put if you start your story at your birth, I don't care anymore. I'm leaving. I don't, you're going. I gotta start it from the beginning.
And it's also like
I don't care, bro. You go to jail now.
it right. It's also like it's Christmas Eve. Does anybody got
I don't
anything
got
else
time
to
for this,
do?
bro.
Like,
I don't got time for this, man.
I know you're in church and my mustache isn't even. I know you're in church and all, but come on,
Fuck
you got
this, bro.
You got anything going on?
We got to the pawn shop, like you said, with the camera stuff.
Yeah.
Well, when they found it on the roof, I
It's
wrote, "Oh, kids with cigarettes, cool. That's awesome. Kids and cigs, gotta love it.
My mother started smoking at 8 years old.
That's great."
Still kicking.
And I said, the pawn shop guy, he got pressed by a kid. Yikes.
Yeah, I mean that's a recurring thing in the film.
He said, "God damn it, man." Then they showed Danny Aiello going to work, right?
Yep.
So you got to the part where he said he lost his business.
Yep.
Yeah, he lost his business. He had to start working in Jersey, I think it was.
No, Jersey.
Yeah. Cool lunchbox.
I liked his lunchbox.
I wasn't sarcastic.
I know.
I collect lunchboxes. I have a collection of 10 lunchboxes.
I know. It's one of the odd things about you. Bowling bags, lunchboxes.
I also have vintage traveling bags. I have a couple of American Tourister bags.
I will say you did I think it was a Christmas a couple years ago or my birthday.
Mets bag.
You gave me one of the great gifts. I still have it. I use it I used to use it when I went to the gym. Now I have a gym, but I use it as an overnight bag if I travel. It's a great little Mets bag.
It's your dildo bag?
It's a great little.
It's your dildo bag. It's okay. Yeah, you have a bag of dicks.
Well, she's a Yankee fan, so I fuck her with Mets dildos.
Okay. I'm still not used to seeing Danny smile so much. Makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. There was a lot of smiling in it, but
he was a happy guy.
But you could also tell that this was probably a fun set to work on.
Yeah, it seemed like a good time. It seemed like a very organic and genuine portrayal of an Italian Brooklyn family.
Super light.
Yeah.
Super.
That's what helped you forget that you were at a table with, middle-aged people, where everybody was middle-aged, because it was, people were kind of doing their thing and acting like the way they were supposed to act.
Well, I also think the writing was very good.
Very good writing.
The writing was very good. The incendiary characters like the cop and the priest, okay, that didn't feel necessarily super real, but everything within the family was so real, beyond real. It was. I found myself crying in this movie quite a bit.
What a bitch!
I am a bitch. I'm a bitch.
They were
Look
eating
at my shirt
at the table. Yeah,
it's a bitch shirt.
They were eating pizza at the table at one point, and that's when I googled this guy and said, "Where the fuck is this guy from?
Yeah,
why is he eating his pizza like that?"
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, he's Australian."
Yeah.
He was eating his pizza with two hands.
Yeah,
and he was taking little baby bites. I was like, what the fuck kind of bizarre shit is that?
Well, what's funny is he did that throughout the entire film, so I thought it was a character choice, too. I thought it was a good character choice.
Being a fucking weird... I mean, I guess one of the other things, aside from the...
He is a weirdo.
Yeah, he's super weird. One of the overarching themes is that he has dumb luck because God protects, the indigent. Babies and idiots, right?
Yeah, the indigent, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got that going on. He's not only is he the baby boy, but he's also an idiot. So it's both.
I mean, it could also be viewed, like I said, he went into labor at a bingo parlor. So that could also be a thing too. That's an old Italian wives' tale. If you're going, if your mother goes into labor in a lucky place, you're going to be lucky for the rest of your life.
Cool.
That's what it is. So Danny Aiello always wanted his lawn. Always wanted a lawn. He moved to Queens, got his lawn. That dinner scene brought me to tears. The first dinner scene where they're talking about the track. Oh my God. That's like you could have put a camera in the Sonnenblick household in 1990 or 1990 or any time until recently and get that exact conversation.
You do have a gambling problem.
Yeah, we all do. Yes, we all do. It's not just me. It doesn't come from nowhere. It's really a New York film that covers a lot more than New York or the neighborhood. It really encompasses a lot of character work in this film.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Sav's Keys to Life, that's the actual life. That's it. It's great. Everybody but a few of the guys moves when the army officer asks if anyone's been to jail. Great little New York
That
moment
was a good
there.
one. Yeah.
Like that a lot. We learned that Frank doesn't.
Also in that scene, that's the first time we get black people on the screen. It was at 23 minutes and 25 seconds.
And it will be the last time.
No, there was again in the train ride, a
Oh,
couple train rides later.
it will be the second to last time.
It was the first and only time a black person spoke in this movie.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do about that?
Fix it.
I can't go back. If
Yeah,
it was called,
he's a pretty good character actor. That sergeant, he's been around for a while.
I mean, if you put a 1 in front of the 2 on 29th Street, you might have something different here.
No, you won't. It's gentrified. It's the same.
No,
movie.
back in 91.
Oh, okay, yeah, different.
Yeah, different. Go ahead. You got something to say?
I said, oh, bad joke. I said
it wasn't good.
The sergeant asked him if he has his high school diploma.
We learned that
the guy says,
"Not on me."
I don't have it. He says, no, I don't have it. The sergeant leaves. He comes back. He said, hey, didn't I ask you if you got a diploma? He said, well, yeah, I don't have it on me.
It's such a good line.
Got it. He gets kicked out from being recruited for Vietnam.
Being a wise ass, which I don't think you can.
No, it's because they think he's retarded. There's like something wrong with this guy.
Well, I say, yeah, Frank is just a wise ass, but he's also kind of thick.
Mm.
You know,
he's like he's like a genius and an idiot at the same time.
Yeah, he's a savant.
He got out of it.
Yeah,
you know.
I said the government thinks Frank is nuts. You know.
Yeah.
Stroke of luck getting out, and that's another lucky moment. He gets out of the war.
They said in the narration, which is another thing that triggered me to look up who the fuck he was when he was describing the Vietnam War. They were showing some of the footage of the family watching it on TV. Which always, when I see stuff like that in movies, it's always so interesting because when you see a family, war is hell and all that good stuff, and they're, American soldiers over there, but they're watching footage of things exploding in Vietnam. Those are Vietnamese people that are being blown the fuck up. Those are not American people that are getting blown the fuck up. So, like, the horror of watching that was always interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? When they portray that for people. Because I highly doubt people are in the mindset. Same thing what happened with Shock and Awe in the 2000s. People were watching it not having empathy for the people that are getting blown the fuck up. They're having empathy and sympathy for the soldiers that are over there doing the blowing up.
Well, I look at it two ways. I look at it that way, but I also look at it as your government is forcing you to go. And at this time, like, okay, Shock and Awe, your government didn't force you to go.
Yeah.
This, you're being forced to go. The government, and one of our great war criminals just died a couple weeks ago, Henry Kissinger, who fucking perpetrated this draft, who perpetrated this war, one of the biggest pieces of shit to ever live. And I can't believe people were mourning him. Weirdos, like the New York Yankees organization, mourning him. Fucking weird. He should have been tried on war crimes like Hitler. Like that type of level. Where was I? What was I saying? But the second way of thinking about it is, we're not mourning the Americans that are choosing to go. We're mourning because our government is making us go. There's an anger against the government that is never really perpetrated on film that much. The only time you ever really saw it was shows like All in the Family, Norman Lear. The anger against the government, and the only time on film I really ever saw it was in The Godfather, when Michael enlists and Sonny says, "You fight for your blood. You don't fight for your country."
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's like the
But that was like and it's ironic that it's also had to do with Italian family
yeah.
because the Italians have obviously much stronger bond with family than they do with
Oh, crazy.
being a patriot. You know what I'm saying? That's not exactly a thing, at least then. But when I backtracking, they were going through that scene and the narrator called it Vietnam.
Yeah, that's an Italian thing.
I don't think it was.
I never heard it.
The way he said it was weird. It wasn't even like Italian. Like I can understand saying something like saying Vietnam, but it was like even the A. It was wrong. It wasn't an Italian A. It was something. It was dragged out in a strange.
Like,
yeah, something weird, and I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Because I mean, I have friends who had uncles, and
he's Australian, Joe, which is something you didn't know until I told you.
Okay,
you're welcome for my fine investigative research.
Thank you.
Research.
Thank you.
This is a weird episode.
It's not a great episode. It's.
Who's the guy that doesn't like me again?
My buddy Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah. See, that's funny. See, this is how the show should have started. Would you say, hey, Steve?
Yeah. I went to bed like 3:00. Fuck all y'all.
What were you doing?
I was playing cards.
Is that why you had a live video with the cigar lounge?
Yeah, for like 2 seconds. You didn't get on it.
No,
you didn't click on it.
Well, I'm banned from messaging for a day from Instagram for some reason. I have no idea. Somebody probably doesn't like my pro-Israel stuff. So, What can you do, right? Just keep freeing Palestine by reporting me. Government thinks Frank is nuts. What are you looking at? I know you. Stroke of luck getting out of the war. The wardrobe in this film, also great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Like some of the silk shirts I really loved.
But this is 1991. You notice that it's much harder for the wardrobe to get any authentic stuff like that now if they were making a movie of that era.
Well, this is supposed to be 76, yeah.
Yeah, but this is like 91 when they made it. So that stuff is still in people's closets for the most part.
I mean, you could... but you could still go up to like the garment district and get schmata. You could get that. That's easy. Because it's, it's not really far off of... I mean, even the Irishman was said a little earlier. I'm trying to think of films that had that. In Goodfellas, they all wore suits.
They were tailored correctly, though.
Yeah, they were. No, they were.
It was accurate.
I'm trying to. The Sopranos is too modern. I'll think of it somewhere.
We also skipped that. He got that new job at Penn Station. Yeah, got a job at Penn Station.
Well, that's coming.
He met.
That's coming.
I skipped a lot of stuff. I went from Sergeant thinks he's retarded to job at Penn Station.
Yeah, you did. So Frank has the job at Penn Station. Frank gets fired. Frank Senior gets fired. Danny Aiello continually puts him down. I wrote he's a real miserable.
Whoa. You're skipping.
I'm not skipping.
He worked at Penn Station and he
meets the broad.
Fine as hell.
She was fine.
Yeah. She was fine.
I agree. Very fine.
I was like, whoa.
Very attractive. Very attractive. And he goes uptown to see her, and brother just stabs him with like a mattress spring. Most New York women get stabbed ever.
That was the first note. That's the first time, or I guess the second time I put a note that everybody at this table is in their 40s minimum.
Yeah.
This is nonsense.
Yeah.
And then Danielle said the line, I told you not to date no Puerto Ricans. they hate Italians. You're gonna get killed going up there.
And he almost does. But to get stabbed with a mattress spring is so great.
It's crazy.
Like it's so funny.
I don't know if you noticed, because I like to, it was a pretty long scene on the front of that building. They had somebody did graffiti of a flag on the side of that building. Did you notice it?
No.
I don't know if somebody did it on purpose or if they've just never seen a Puerto Rican flag in their fucking life. But it was Because I imagine it was supposed to be a Puerto Rican flag because he was going that was supposed to give you the audience the clue
Right.
that he's in the Puerto Rican neighborhood, right? Puerto Rican building. It was the triangle, the blue triangle, but then there were like 20 red and white stripes coming down from it, as opposed to just the regular number of red, white,
I
red, white.
actually
Four,
I actually didn't
five,
notice.
five. Yeah, five.
That's
It was weird. I was like, what the fuck is that?
yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. And then I put, he's dead.
A great little thing. A guy named Jesus stabbed him.
And he knew the guy. That's what was
Yeah.
the fucked up part that was funny. He was like, hey, what's up, Jesus? Oh!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, as he stabs him, he says, "I told you to stay away from my sister."
He did. Should have listened.
Yeah, look.
Did it to yourself.
Then he finds out
murder?
Right. Then he finds out he's got a tumor in the ribs. Doctor's eyes have a condition. Mother says, Lanie Kazan says it's funny. And they talk about cousin Ernie's lungs. Such great, rich lines, man. The self-deprecation in this film is amazing. You don't get that much self-deprecation in film. Boy, is there a lot of it in this film. So he has cancer, beats it, and now he's back in the old neighborhood. He says, God protects the dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to Billy the Loaf. Throws him out a window. Remember that? Billy the Loaf. That's great. Goes to work for the mob. Vito and Frank split a car. Frank gets it wrong for what Vito wanted for the car. Vito wanted white on white, which I think is the worst type of fucking car to ever get. I like the car he got. Did you like that car? I like those colors. Excellent car. Very strong lines in this film. Feels so natural. Danny Aiello projecting his own anger out on Frank Jr. throughout this entire film. The bluegrass of Kentucky and the eye.
That was a good scene.
Yeah, it was good. Frank Sr. gets laid off again, and he sees his hope in the lotto. Frank Jr. goes to Irving, the pawn man, to cash the check, buys binoculars and a lottery ticket because there's a $10 minimum at a pawn shop.
Yeah, for cashing a check.
Yeah, was that real?
I've never cashed a check. Oh no,
I've cashed a check. I don't remember.
Yeah, I didn't have that. Probably, a little mom and pop one. You got to buy something. I'm not just gonna give you my fucking money for this check that might bounce.
I guess that's fair. Come on, brother. That scene where he finds out he's a finalist in the subway is amazing. That's an amazing New York moment. And everyone, it's one of the few times that people are genuinely happy for this man in this film.
Yeah.
Is strangers.
Yeah. Because everybody else that knows him kind of doesn't like him for the most part.
Well, they just kind of think he's dumb.
His good friends are good friends with him, like his close friends.
His family just thinks he's.
Everybody thinks he's just an idiot.
I don't even know if they think he's an idiot. They think he's like strange.
Aloof. For the most, he's an aloof.
Strange.
Can't get right, and it's just they've come to terms with it a long time ago. They don't even try to, get him on the straight and out. But also, they don't have a leg to stand on because their father ain't shit either. So
right.
Nobody can really break his balls, but so much.
And the scene where Frank Sr. comes home and thinks he's the finalist.
Yeah.
That is brutal stuff, man.
Going back to the car stuff, so they tried to get rid of the car a bunch of times.
Yeah,
right?
Go to Jersey.
They were trying to get the insurance money off it, and they kept finding the car because of the guy's dumb luck. It's basically a movie about dumb luck, right?
Well, yeah, that hasn't happened yet, by the way.
So,
I got that coming.
Oh, no. Okay, well, I put... Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I put, who cares who bought the ticket? Who the fuck cares? The ticket is in this house.
It's just
something that he wanted for himself, but it's like... It's weird.
Yeah, I don't see it that way. I think it's just another portrayal of Danny Aiello being a loser.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I guess I didn't see it that way. That's pretty clear now.
A really brutal scene where he realizes he's still a loser, and Anthony LaPagalia has got to say, "Pop, you know I'm lucky. And they are so convinced of his luck, they take Frankie to play bankers and brokers down on Mulberry Street.
Mm-hmm.
And he wins. And then the thing with the dice is so cool. the dice that lands
What
on.
happens when that happens, when it stacks on top of each other? What does that mean?
I don't know. I've never seen that.
Everybody was shocked. I mean, but it's not fucking like unlikely that things will land on top. I mean, it's not. If it landed corner on top of corner, then I would be like, "Holy fuck, that's insane!" But it was a flat surface thing landing on a flat surface thing. Yes, obviously, it's like
It's
however many shot
billions.
But what happens in the actual game? Is it just another throw?
Yeah, but
do you get all the money? Do I win automatically?
No.
Do I get the stacking bet?
You could think that they're magnetized. You could think that he's cheating. You could think that they're shaved.
Okay, so that's why they kicked him out and was like, "You son of a bitch," because at least that's the excuse that the mobster used.
Yeah, I just think they kicked him out because that's weird. That's just fucking weird.
I think I've seen it in movies too many times to think it's weird. I've never seen it in person.
I've never seen it. What other movie?
Other movies. I've just seen it in movies where they've used that thing.
What
dice landing on top of each other.
Which ones?
I don't fucking know. I've seen it.
You get better pizza in Korea.
Did you know that the lead actor
is Australian?
Is Australian.
He's Australian.
Were you aware, Steve? What did you say his name was? Steve.
Yeah. This just becomes an angry rant episode. They destroy the T-Bird for insurance money. The car comes back untouched. Then Frank lays it on real thick with the insurance agent. Very good. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get lucky. And then
in her hand, shut the fuck up and let her hand it to you.
And then and when she picks up the phone, he knows. He knows immediately, which is great. It's not like a shot. He just knows he's a fucking idiot. And then he says a funny line to Vito. "You cop, drive the car."
That shit cracked me out. He says, "You cop, drive the car."
He comes out, "You cop." So good. Like the way
he doesn't like that guy's profession at all. He's like, "You fucking sell out."
When Danny Aiello yells, like, okay, in Do the Right Thing, it's not funny, but he has this way of making it funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's uncanny. They sell the car to Leo, and 2 days later it gets stolen.
Yeah,
which is funny. He says, "You're my partner. I'm your partner." When it comes to the lottery ticket, turned $400 into $1,100. Lost it at Yonkers, and I wrote, "Wow, just like my father." This is the exact argument he uses. It's their money, so he didn't lose $1,100. He lost $400. Every gambler.
I can understand that logic.
You can? I don't think of it that way.
People, I mean, yes, it's wrong. It's a wrong way to think of it, but that's definitely what I told myself in Puerto Rico when I was in the casino.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when
I was like, I only paid for $40 worth of whatever the hell, so I only lost $40 in my pocket.
If I go to the track with $200 and I get it to $1,000, and then I lose everything, I lost $1,000. I did not lose $200.
You had it.
It was there. It's in my hand. No. I'm sorry. I don't. That's my money now. It's not no longer yours. It's mine, and I lost all of it. One of the great heart attacks in film history was a really good heart attack.
Yeah.
Lanie Kazan, so good. He said, "Keep the cat off the lawn." Great line. Frank Jr. becomes a toy salesman, gets it right, buys a company car, which is the exact car that his brother wanted. It's so funny. Then we get to the real crux of the film, the last 20 minutes. Louis Tucci wants to strong on him for the ticket, wants to buy it for 10 grand.
I said, "Oh, cool, guy from The Sopranos."
Yeah. Danny Aiello staring at Lanie Kazan, fantastic. And he says, "That's culture, son," when she's singing opera in the kitchen. Very good. Very good. Frankie goes to the club before the drawing. The guy, Jimmy Knapp, very funny. Frank Sr. has been ducking Tucci. he borrowed money from him and he owes him now. So you find out that he owes him the 10 grand.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's in between the ticket and the thing. So Frank Jr.'s got to make a decision here. Frankie tells his father that he's a loser and he always was a loser. One of the most underrated films, one of the most underrated scenes in film history, in my opinion.
It was really fucking good, man.
Those two guys, and they did this in one take.
I believe it.
Because Danny, like I said earlier, Danny Aiello had 103 fever.
Yeah. But once you get something like that on film, what are we doing?
You're done. You don't need to do anymore.
For what?
You don't need to do anymore. You know, you have to know. I mean, I don't know if they did know because you did it in one take, so maybe you felt it could be better from somebody's perspective, but you have to know. You strike gold.
Because even this guy, what's the main character's name again?
Frank Jr. Anthony Paglia.
Right, Frank Jr. Anthony Paglia. He's good. I've seen him in other stuff. He's been around. He was definitely a face that was around in the 90s. He was never like a leading star guy, but he was a guy for sure. And he was around for sure. And this film, aside from it being unbelievable of his age, I definitely was like, I'm gonna look for some other stuff that he's done. I'll check out some shit that he's done because he's got some strong shit.
Yeah,
I definitely to be on par with Danny Aiello, you know, with intensity in that scene and every scene that he's in Danny Aiello with, for that matter, whether it's being a wise ass and having, you know, barbs with him back and forth, or exchanging the heated argument that he had at the end of the movie, like you're just talking about. He was there. He stepped up to the plate. That's not a fucking easy plate to step up to.
No. And to continually hit it out of the park.
Yes.
Like there was no weakness in anybody in this film. Everybody was just boom, boom, and these lines are coming at you like rifles.
Even the sister who was barely there. Good.
Even the son-in-law was great.
Son-in-law, good.
Very funny. Very funny. And the explanation that Frank has to say is that Frank Sr. had to sell the business to Louis Tucci when hospital bills arose from Frankie Jr.'s birth and complications that almost killed him and his mother.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Heavy. I wish you would have never been...
He told him, I didn't even want you. You weren't even supposed to be here.
Yeah. I wish you would have never been born. Woo! Heavy shit. So now Frankie wants to sell the ticket just to get his father out from under the problem.
Yeah.
And so now we're back at the police station, and he explained that he saved his father. And this is where I was like, the cops let him go and give him a ride. And he says, well...
Did you see the cop in the background while he was still sitting down like this?
Yeah, over the chair.
Oh
yeah.
That story. I was like, sit the fuck up, officer. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You jerk.
Yeah. So you find out that
this guy's sad.
So you find out that he went and tried to give the ticket to one of Tucci's guys.
Yeah. And
I just write the end, which is one of my favorite endings in cinema. It's right. It's really right. Right out of It's a Wonderful Life. The whole ending scene is pretty much taken from It's a Wonderful Life. And Frank Jr. walks in and says, Ma, we got problems. Great line. Ma, we got problems. Makes a beeline for his father. And then the Tucci comes to collect the ticket.
Makes a beeline for his father and realizes that he has a house full of people there to celebrate. To celebrate his lottery win.
Yeah.
Everybody and their mother is there, literally.
Yeah, the whole neighborhood. Is there. And the Tucci comes to collect his ticket. And a great line.
Well, he didn't come to collect his ticket. He came to collect his 10 G's.
Right, he came to collect the money. And Frankie Jr. is like, what? He tells him, like, I gave you the ticket. And Tucci's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then Frank Jr. tries to go after Tucci. It's like, you motherfucker, you know, we had a deal. And a great line by Danny Aiello. He's choosy who I borrow money from. Great line. Excellent line. And he gives him the 10 G's, and Frank Jr. is like trying to go after him. Stop him. And they hold Frank Jr. back. And great ending here. Great speech. He said, me and my kid, we're big dreamers. Problem is my dreams didn't work out. And I think I stepped on a lot of Frankie's dreams. And Frank realized what Frankie was going to do. Sent someone, stopped them, and got the 10 large from Jimmy V. And the moment where he screams, we got the ticket, is so unreal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean.
To backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
What I found was crazy was that the speech that you're talking about before Tucci left, he did a whole speech.
Yeah.
While a murderer is in your kitchen. I was like, what the fuck? Why is everybody acting like this guy doesn't murder people in your kitchen? Is this the best time for a speech right now?
It's you got to think of it like this, right?
This guy's not reading the room, man.
You got to think of it
the room is murder.
Yeah. Well, no, you got to think of it like this. There were probably murderers in and out of that kitchen quite a bit.
I guess so.
You got to think his friend Jimmy V is also a murderer.
Mm.
So, he's around it, and he didn't want to get into it. That's the whole crux of the movie. He didn't want to be involved in that life. He didn't want Frankie Jr. involved in that life. We got the ticket, but that makes me cry every time I see this film, because it's hope. It's the hope personified for a family, honestly, of losers, other than Frankie Jr. It works so well on so many levels. And one of the last lines of this film, did you know the first time I saw you, you made me cry. What you did tonight was great.
And that goes back to when he was saying only people that are great get on the ticker.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the movie there.
And then the credits roll, him on it.
And he's on the ticker.
And the voiceover about his dad being dead, which brings you down a little bit. And that he always remembers the times with his dad. And, yeah.
What, are you going to cry now?
Oh, I'm close.
You're going to cry?
I'm mighty close. Yes, I am. When I just hear him in my head screaming, "We got the ticket," I could cry. 4.66 out of 5.
4.5.
Yeah.
And I'm not giving an explanation.
You don't have to.
It's good. It's good.
It's a really good Christmas deep cut.
Much better than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I was into it.
Really excellent Christmas deep cut. You want to recast this or no? Everybody's Italian.
Yeah, what the fuck am I going to get? Somebody from New Zealand? I don't fucking know.
I would have Joe Pesci be Frank Pesci. I would. Honestly, if I'm going to recast it, it would be Joe Pesci as the father.
I don't think his size played.
You need somebody big. No, maybe you're right.
It didn't play any factors though, but
well,
you really just needed somebody that's respectable.
No.
And talks loud, but his size didn't play like a factor into.
Well, everything he did was big, and he was big, and everything Frank Jr. did was small, and he was small.
I suppose.
I think maybe you do need a big. Oh, boy, if James Gandolfini was alive, he could do this.
I don't want to hear a Jersey accent. They're different.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's different. It's nasally. I don't want to hear that. It's weird.
De Niro?
I was thinking that, but he's like a great grandfather at this point. He's aged out. If it's I don't know.
Bobby Cannavale?
Bobby Cannavale. For the sake of moving forward, yeah, sure. Let's say Bobby Cannavale.
You could do
Ray Romano. I don't think he gets enough chops for his dramatic roles. He gives him enough credit.
I hate Ray Romano.
I ran out of Italian names. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, you could do. Who was I just thinking of? You fucked me up with Ray Romano. I was just thinking of somebody. Could Buscemi do it?
Steve Buscemi? That's literally the whole argument of too small again. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's it. That's it.
Okay, bye. So long.
Before we go, we
With a
would
button.
we would like to say so long to the great Andre Braugher.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic. I never watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I remember him from Homicide: Life on the Streets.
I saw a couple of Brooklyn Nine-Nine episodes. He's excellent in it. The
Yeah,
show itself is,
I don't like
funny.
Andy Samberg, so I would never watch it. That was my thing. I liked Andre Braugher very much in Homicide: Life on the Streets, and he's been in a lot of films. A lot of films I like. Yeah. So long to Andre Braugher. Sad. We'll be back next week. I don't think we even actually know what we're doing yet.
We don't know, which is how we're going to keep it from now on.
Yeah. So Jingle All the Ways next week.
Fuck.
No, we don't know. We'll be back next week with another episode of this garbage.
And it might be Jingle All the Way.
It might be Jingle All the Way. It might be a Very Guinea Christmas, another Greaseball Phantasmo. Who knows? No. I made them all up.
Oh, God. I was like, whoa, you can't do that.
Hey, I just learned something new. Do you know what they used to call the Verrazano Bridge?
The Guinea Bridge?
The Guinea Gangplank.
It's too much.
Why? Was it too much?
Gangplank?
Yeah, because you go over it. Walk the plank. I'm Joe Sonnenbluck.
I'm Don Vega.
Making noise. Come on, press the button.